Good morning, everybody. Michael here, and welcome to an episode of McAwesome Speaks. My name is McGillicuddy. You can call me McGillicuddy or McAwesome, because both of them are great names. All right, let's get over real quick. All right, in this first episode, we're going to talk about something. Actually, it's the second episode, but the first calm episode, we're going to talk about something foundational to your life, our society, our world. And that is, what is the difference between a right action and a wrong action? Because contrary to probably what you've been told, especially if you went to public school indoctrination or even private school, because most of them just copy public schools, you were taught that it's hard to say what's right and what's wrong. I mean, it's all gray. I prefer to see things in shades of gray rather than black and white. I'm not a black and white type of person. And if that's you, that's okay for now. But try using that next time somebody rear-ends your car and they're definitely at fault. Go back to them and say, hey buddy, I'm not a black and white type of thinker. It's hard to tell what happened. It's hard to tell who really was at fault. So let's just, repair our own car. You don't have to pay for mine. Yeah, try that one out. And at least be consistent with what you're saying. Because usually when people hold to this idea of everything's just gray and it's hard to say, that's really their cover for doing bad things that they know are wrong, but they need some way to justify it to themselves, some way to make it just. That's what "fi" means, to make it right in their mind, that what I'm doing isn't actually wrong. It's hard to say what's wrong. All right. Sorry to say, but that's the view of children who have never really grown up. They might have a grown-up bodysuit, but inside they're still a little rugrat. So, we are going to talk about the difference between a right action and a wrong action, because there is a clear, identifiable, easy to tell difference, and we all know it deep down. That's why kids, 3, 4, 5-year-olds, they have such a good sense of right and wrong. We know this stuff deep down, but we get conditioned out of it, or reasoned out of it, or obfuscated out of it. All right, let's talk about it. What is the difference between a right action and a wrong action? Because there is a difference. You all know it deep down, and here it is. A right action is anything you do which does not result in harm to other sentient beings. I'll say that again. A right action is any action that does not result in harm to other sentient beings. Conversely, a wrong action is any action you take which does result in harm to other sentient beings. A wrong action is an action you take that results in harm to other sentient beings. Okay? There you go. That's the definition. Pretty clear-cut and pretty understandable. I mean, let's go with some examples. I was thinking of the mask controversy these days. All right. Do you personally, as an individual, have a right to take a mask and put it over somebody's face? I'd say no. You do not. I'd say no, you do not, because that results in harm to other sentient beings. Do you have the right to offer a mask to somebody, a face mask, and say, hey buddy, I think you should put this on? Yes, you do have that right. That doesn't result in harm to some sentient being. I mean, people aren't that fragile that they'll be like, hey, you can't even say that to me. Right? Right. But you do not have the right to use physical force. You don't have the right to threaten people either. You don't have the right to, I don't have the right, you don't have the right to say, hey buddy, you put this mask on or I'm going to take $250 from you at the point of a gun, and if you don't do it, if you don't acquiesce, I'm going to lock you in a cage for 30 days. I'm going to lock you in my basement for 30 days. No, everybody would say you're a fucking psycho. You're a crazy psycho. Sorry for the F-bomb, but you're a crazy psycho. Right? Right. And because individuals don't have that right, you don't, I don't, nobody does, nobody on this freeway has that right. We'd correctly label them as shit, that guy's crazy. No person in the government has that right either. Whether his name's Doug Ducey, Donald Trump, Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden, whatever their name is, they're just a person like you and me. Let's hope. They're just a person like you and me. So because I don't have that right, they don't have that right either. Being in the government doesn't confer magical abilities. It doesn't grant them the ability to fly, and it doesn't grant them the ability to get more rights than you or I. Right? Right. Okay. So that's the difference between a right action and a wrong action. And it's very easy. All the actions that do not result in harm to other sentient beings, those are your rights to do. Do I have the right to drink a glass of water? Yes, I do. Do I have the right to tap, tap, tap the steering wheel? Yes, I do. Do I have the right to spin the steering wheel into that car on the left? No, I don't. Because that results in harm to other sentient beings. The driver of that car. Do I have the right to scream in somebody's face and go, ah! That's getting borderline. I'd say probably not. Because that hurts their eardrums, it frightens them, stuff like that. On and on and on. It's very simple. I could go on forever, but basically, we've got a lot of rights, and they're more than just than what is defined in the Constitution, because that's just a piece of paper. We had these rights before it was written. We're gonna have it way after it crumbles to dust, in the millennia, tens of thousands of years on. It's just a piece of paper. It's not magic. Your rights come from your status as a human being, and that's it. That's the difference between a right action and a wrong action. Peace, y'all.